Queen K, it is always great to see you, especially when we
Hey.
get to talk about new music, tours. So I'm just gonna ask you straight up, how are you? And before we started, you mentioned you've got a new addition to the family.
Yes, I have a new puppy. And she literally, as we were talking about, just chewed all the cables as we were about to start our interview. So, it's been a lot of technical difficulties. She's well, it's sad. My dog died earlier this year,
Oh,
and and a friend convinced me that it was a good thing to just get a new dog right away, and I ended up getting this puppy, and she's amazing. She's just a puppy. She's a shepherd, so she's in her teenage phase where she wants to just always be with me and also just chew everything.
gotcha. No, no worries. Should we just jump right into the new music? Can we
Yeah,
just do
yeah.
that?
Oh my gosh, I would
Let's
love to.
let's do that because I swear you're channeling your Donna Summers. Let's go right
Yeah,
into this.
gosh.
Um, What is the name of the new single? No, let me rephrase that. What is the name of the new sexy single? How does it represent you in this point in your career?
The name is Stays in Bed, as in what happens in bed stays in bed. And it came out of this idea I had to just whisper on a track. I think I've been like paying attention to ASMR and that whole community a little bit, and I've always wanted to do a whisper track. But after being inspired again by the ASMR community, I was like, it would be really cool to just have a song that's all whispers, and that's how this one came about. And do you know Sammy Virgie, the DJ?
Yes,
Yeah,
absolutely.
I'm such a huge fan of his. And my producer on this track, Jess Cake, knows him very well, and he's like, "Can you send us something for inspiration?" And he sent the piano riff, and literally this song probably was written within 10 minutes of him sending that piano riff over. Like it was a really fast and really channeled moment because we were just having fun. I love working with Jess Cake because he's a lot of fun, and we end up just talking about like life and the universe and stuff, and then we have like a moment where we're like, oh, that'd be cool in the song, and then we just turn on a beat and then the song's done within 10 minutes. And that's what happened here. We just were like, here, pass me the mic, and then I just pretty much freestyled most of what you hear and then tweaked a few lyrics, and then that was it. It was done. It was like so fast, and then the production took a little longer to get the little sounds everywhere that you hear. There's like a lot of things going on in it, but yeah, it was a really fun process, and it's sexy, like you said. It's my sexy era. Not that I haven't been sexy. I've been more like leaning into my sporty and my dance and my cute, but I went full sensual this time. I just haven't had that moment yet, and I went through a breakup, and I was like, I think this is oh thanks. Yeah, I was like, I think it's a good time to to just embody this moment, this era. And we were having so much fun. I mean, also when you think of the dance floor, you want to get on the dance floor and you want to feel sexy and you want to flirt. So I've finally been able to go out to nightclubs again and be part of the dance community after like it's coming up on 8 years since my car crash, and I'm like really turning a corner where I can actually like act like a normal human again. Um, so like the fact that we're talking right now, and I was up last night crashing drag shows and arcades and like singing my song. I wouldn't have been able to do that even a year and a half, 2 years ago. So, um, yeah, I think just getting out there and dancing and leaning into this sensual side is something that was going to happen eventually. But happy that it's happening now. And the whole new volume of music is like this.
I love hearing that. And something that it's funny, I've talked to people about this in the past. It seems like when it comes to the dance floor, most of the time, if you're going to throw a song on, it's an old school song. It's nice to hear a new song that can bring people up on the dance floor. It was that important because, like I said, it seems like I said, if I go anywhere, and again, no disrespect to anybody who's out there, but it's like, you know, you wear this, that, throw in an old school song. And I'm talking 80s, 70s, or whatever. They're out and
Yeah.
they're grooving. Your song sounds like it's one of those old school songs, even though it's new, that can bring people back on the dance floor.
Thank you. That's a really big compliment. I love old school songs, and we actually even referenced a lot of old school songs in the mixing process. Like what did they sound like getting when we were getting all the levels right and the treatment of the vocals and everything. We actually did reference a lot of more retro records to get that sound. But I just think I feel like people would dance their butts off back in the day. Like you go out and like dance culture was a lot more about the actual dancing.
Yeah.
Whereas it's really hard to get people to actually get on the dance floor and dance. Like it takes like you have to be like I'm always the person who initiates it with maybe a couple friends and then people maybe slowly feel confident. But I think people used to dance a lot more and they would be jiving and they they knew their dances and honestly, dancing, I think, is one of the greatest things about being human.
It is.
It's such an incredible experience. It's so fun. And I don't know if you heard the statistic that they tried like they were doing a test on all the antidepressants, like medicines, everything in the world, and the thing that came up with the most successful in curing depression was simply just dancing over anything. So I think it's just very primal in us. I think dancing is part of how we connect. And I think we humans have been dancing for probably just thousands upon thousands of generations. I think it's like music and chanting. It's just in our DNA. So yeah, whatever I
So,
can do to get people on the dance floor.
well, you did something else too, which I thought was interesting because a couple of days ago I saw the clip on, and I've saved it on TikTok. And I'm assuming, I don't know if this is the music video for this, but it's you in a sort of like a white room, sort of moving
Oh,
around to the
yeah.
song. It reminded me of Madonna's Lucky Star because
Oh,
she did
yeah.
technically the same thing back in the day.
Yeah, yeah, women in like tights and spandex. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Dance the dance floor. I mean, it's just dance culture, right? Like a lot of people are like, I we had some people being like, oh, I don't like you in these, like, why are you trying to show off in these tights and stuff? And I'm like, that is literally what dancers wear. Like you go to any dance class, we're wearing tights and bodysuits. Like, um,
But that was, like I said, that was the 80s thing. And like I said, go back and
yeah.
look at Lucky Star. Madonna was in tights. She had the midriff. She did the basically almost the same thing that I saw with you.
Yeah, I mean, we love Madonna. I feel like everything that yeah, I feel like Madonna did almost everything that you can do. It's funny because even Hideaway, a few people referenced Madonna, and I was like, I honestly did not reference Madonna, but I think Madonna
Really?
and yeah, not at all, no. Oh, I mean, I grew up knowing Madonna, but
No, I mean I don't see
yeah.
Madonna in that video.
Oh yeah, yeah, but
I
but tons of people were like, "This is the new Madonna," and
oh,
I
okay,
didn't,
I see
I
that.
didn't either. I don't, yeah. So I think when a lot of, I think women get compared to each other a lot.
Yes.
So I think when people see like, oh, this person, like Hideaway was so big, it was just like came out of nowhere and it blew up, and people are like, oh, this is a new big artist, Madonna. It's like, who can we compare her to? So, yeah, but I mean, I love Madonna. I had to cancel a session on Madonna when Hideaway went number one because
Oh.
I had a session to work on one of her albums in the midst of all that, and then she had to change it, and she changed it to the day I was receiving my number one in the UK, and I to this day I'm just like, how is it possible that I had to cancel on Madonna? Like,
At
but
least you can say
anyway,
that. At least you
yeah,
can
I
say,
know.
yeah, I canceled on the Queen. So no, it's all good.
Oh,
But we're gonna get
it
more.
was not by choice. I didn't want to.
But we're
What
gonna
was
get
that?
more. We're gonna get more of you because, from what I understand, tour happening. You're hitting some cities,
Yes.
but you're also because this is as we speak Pride Month. You're gonna be a big contributor to your music during Pride Month as well.
Yep, on the 27th, I'm dancing the main stage. We're performing on the main stage for Pride, which I love Pride. I mean, I think 75% of my friends are in the LGBTQ community, so I'm basically just going to be out there with my friends having a party on stage.
What's the show gonna be like?
It's with so I don't know if you saw any clips of my tour last year, but it's going to be with the same dancer, Jalen. I danced with just one dancer, and it creates the illusion, or not even the illusion, but it's like I don't know. It's so much of the way that music is in the music industry. It's just this like hierarchical ladder. and there's like you at the top or like you at the center stage, and then your dancers back you up. And I just really like the concept of like, even though I am the catalyst for this art and this music, I really like that. I like just to know that other people can be inspired equally by the art that I make. And Jalen, my dancer, he's a star. He's just a star. And he is as much the main act of this show as I am. Like it's not about me. It's like it's about us. So we're like practically co-headlining together. Like but I love that feeling, and I have been told by a lot of my audience members it was a really cool thing to see the other performers on stage feel as equal on stage as the main artist, and that really was exactly what I was going for. I think a lot of musicians especially, they tell dancers not to dance to their best and their fullest because they don't want themselves to look like not as good of a dancer. But I just tell them, I'm like, I'm just not as good of a dancer as you, but I sing and I write music, and that's what I do. So I want you to dance to your fullest. I want you to show off. I want to be you to be all that you are on stage because that's what you worked for. That's what you invested in for yourself. That's what you train for. I do my best, but my training goes more into my music. So let's all just be the stars of our own art on this stage. And if I can just be the catalyst that inspires that. So, and I'm independent, so I can like have limited means now, but as I grow, I want that to always be the feeling.
But here's the thing. You had the accident. You don't age. You are one of the greatest performers to be out on stage. How does that body work and perform the way it does? What kind of exercises, what kind of food are you eating? What kind of vibes are you bringing in to keep that zen going? Because I can go back to pictures that we took, 10 years ago, or whatever. You haven't aged at all. And you're
Thank you.
still doing what you're doing and you're still moving and everything else. Me, I get up in the morning and it's like, okay, I got to move this. I got to move that. I got to move that. Oh, I'm finally standing.
Thank you. Honestly, I I think it's just I really strive to be happy. And I work really hard on not being stressed. And I have a lot of stress in my life. Like I have a lot of pain from my headaches, and I've had to struggle a lot with the industry. And being independent is very hard. I mean, the industry is not built for indies. It's sort of built
Yes.
to get in the way of being independent. So it's not easy. But I do focus a lot on community. And I think that's where a lot of us miss out because we have our friend groups, but we don't. I think a lot of us, and I think it's conditioned, honestly. I don't think it's, I think we're all aware of it, but we're so fixated on ourselves. And our phones put us in this sort of feedback loop of just me, 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 me. And then we get anxiety and stress like, who am I? Where do I fit in? Like, am I good enough? Do I look good enough? Do people like me? And we just are attacking ourselves all the time. And I used to do that too, but I was bedridden for a very long time. I could barely get up, and I had to really relearn to love myself because I was this sort of, I felt immortal during the Hideaway era. I was so strong and healthy. And then suddenly I couldn't get out of bed. And I was like, how am I going to love the version of me that can barely move and almost zero energy and doesn't want to get up out of bed? And I had to really strive to love that version of myself. But when I just sort of let go of the side of me that's always like judging myself, I think that's what really changed the game for me. And that is what I took from this recovery process that I'm so grateful for, is that I'm not attacking myself all the time. I'm just like, okay, we're having a tough day today. Let me let my team know, I'm gonna make some tea, sleep in a little, try to get up. But I think loving ourselves and taking care of ourselves. I don't know if yeah, you're like this too, but especially before, I was always taking care of other people
Yeah.
and not taking care of myself. I was just like, oh, I'll eat later, or like I'm not drinking enough water and like not being active. And yeah, so but I do eat very healthy, and I don't eat gluten. I don't, I think I'm eating bad, and my friends are like getting mad at me. They're like, that is not junk food. So
Well,
um
you look amazing. So
Like
Whatever you're
you do
doing,
too, by the way. You have not
uh,
aged either.
no, trust me, I feel it every day. But because we have a new single, will there be an EP or an album in the future?
There is, yeah. So I don't know if you heard Dancing and Crying 1, but
Yes.
this is the beginning of Dancing and Crying 2. It is a series, so there's even more. I'll just let you know that. I like the idea of a series of music because it allows me to come back to it. Like if I want to just put out Dancing and Crying 1 and Dancing and Crying 2, I can sort of segue if I want to do like a little folk project or an R&B thing, but then come back to Dancing and Crying 3, and it's not like this one era that ends after the album's out. It's like, okay, I have another song that fits with that vibe, so I'm going to do
Yeah.
another EP that goes with that concept. So that was something I just built from what works for me as an artist because I'm always writing, but I also change a lot and I want to try different things. So I could have like a different series that's ongoing. That's like my folk stuff. I have a lot of acoustic music I do want to release eventually. Um, but yeah, so this is part of Dancing and Crying Volume 2. And this whole volume is dark and sexy. And it's the first time that I've really like unleashed my sensual energy to this extreme. Um, but
But
I'm
here's
loving it. I'm
but
sorry.
here's the one thing I've asked you in the past, and I'm going to ask you again because we are in spring and summer. Are we going to have a holiday song from you at some point in time?
We have a Christmas song.
You do?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Did you? I don't know if you saw. I mean, we haven't hung out for so long, but
Yeah,
2 years ago, I was on the holiday train, and there is
right.
a song called "Christmas Without You" that I put out. But I put it out like literally a few days before Christmas, so I didn't really like.
Okay.
I was just like, I'm on the holiday train. I gotta put out a Christmas song. So it was like very last minute. But I'll send it to you. I'll send it to you.
Yes,
It's
please.
very sweet.
Please
It's
do. Look, I'm going to let you go because I know you got a puppy to take care of and you got a tour to, get yourself
definitely.
ready and so much going on. I'm just so happy that we get to do this every once in a while. I love seeing the way your career is going. And we need more people like you because it's people
Oh,
like you
thank
who
you.
make this world a better place. Trust me on that.
Oh,
Congrats on the
thank
new
you.
single. I will do everything I can to be down because it's at it's well, it used to be the Young Dundas Square, I think. It's got the new name now.
The HMV party, yeah,
Yeah.
that's the party tomorrow, right?
Yeah, so I will do any I can do. I'm just going to try to get down there wherever you're performing because
Oh,
believe it or
amazing.
not, I've only seen you perform live once, and that was years ago at Canadian Music Week.
Oh yeah.
And
No, that was
yeah,
such a good one.
that was a great one, but that's the only time. It's like, no, I gotta make sure I get to see you live
Oh, well, I hope you can
now.
make it. I'm
So,
sure you can probably get backstage too, because
no, I'll do what I can. I'll
you're
just
you.
swing
But
around.
oh, well, I hope you make it.
I will do everything I can. Big love. Congratulations on the
Thank
music,
you.
and promise I will see you soon.
Okay, take care. Bye.